Hello and welcome to my Champions League first leg review of the week beginning the 4th of April 2016. So we had the quarter-final first leg stages, and on Tuesday night we had Barcelona against Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich against Benfica. Well, to start with Barcelona and Atletico, Atletico took the lead decisively. However, Barca came back to win 2-1. The main talking point, however, was Fernando Torres' red card. In my opinion, I think it probably was a red card. The one thing that does really irritate me, though, about Barcelona is the constant diving, falling over the floor, feigning injury, but more of that later when we talk about the Wolfsburg-Real Madrid game. When we get to the second game, interesting tie this because Bayern Munich against Benfica, Bayern should absolutely crush Benfica. However, it wasn't the case, as in the Allianz, Bayern only won 1-0. Benfica could come back in the second leg, but I think that Bayern will hold out and win, possibly on away goals. Moving on to Wednesday's games now, and we had PSG against Manchester City at the Parc des Princes in Paris. And it was a very, very good game indeed. It finished 2 apiece. I think Manchester City will definitely be the happier, although their form at the Etihad, having lost to Leicester and Spurs in the league this season, I'm not convinced Man City will win it comfortably. They might get a 1-1 or 0-0 draw, which will be enough to see them into the next round, but I would have thought Man City will be in the semi-final. And finally, and controversially, but not for Wolfsburg, because Wolfsburg absolutely outclassed Real Madrid yesterday and won 2-0. But the main talking point was actually Marcelo. Marcelo was, well, there's no other word for it, play acting. Basically, he got a foot about here on the body, about here, and he went down holding his face. Well, that reminds you of a fellow Brazilian, doesn't it? But in the 2002 World Cup, it's a joke. It's a joke. Marcelo was a joke. I saw him play for Brazil in the Olympic Games against South Korea. They won 3-0 and Marcelo was absolutely useless. So there we go. I think Wolfsburg will hold out in the second leg. I think they're way too strong for Real Madrid, and Wolfsburg are my dark horses for the tournament, so it's good to see them doing well. So my predictions for the next legs, I think Atletico will go out to Barca. I think Barca will be too strong for them even in the second leg. I think Benfica will unfortunately not quite have enough and might just only win 2-1 or 3-2, which would be enough for Bayern to go on away goals. I think Man City will have enough to just edge past PSG, and Wolfsburg will be too strong for Real Madrid, despite Real Madrid supposedly having the best players. I think then the semi-finals, I reckon Barcelona will draw Manchester City and Bayern will draw Wolfsburg. I think Wolfsburg will get through to the final and they'll play Barcelona, where I think Barcelona will win the Champions League.